Seems to me like they want us to be afraid, man. Or maybe we just like being afraid. Maybe we just so used to it at this point that it's just a part of us, part of our culture. Security alert on orange. It's been on orange since '01, G. I mean, what's up, man? Can a brother get yellow, man? Just for like 2 months or something?
Yes, unfortunately, it is time to talk about the Clintons once again, y'all. So it was just yesterday that everybody was freaking out. Reasonably so, because Bill Clinton this time was seen talking at the airport with Loretta Lynch, the Attorney General, who's obviously the the leader of the branch of the government that will be investigating the Hillary Clinton email scandal. Now, when you first read the article, when it talks about their meeting, they were like, oh, well, it was innocent. We just talked about Brexit and the kids and golf and blah, blah, blah. But if you really take time to look in it and to check out what really happened, this wasn't just a brief meeting conversation. They sat there and they talked for half an hour. For half an hour. And then the very next day, this is your headline. State Department seeks 27-month delay for release of Clinton Foundation emails. And here's what Hillary Clinton has to say about it. So what we're looking at here is the U.S. government 2016 budget. Do you see how big that book is? And look, it's not just one. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, what is it, 4 or 5 books there? This giant book is describing all of the taxpayers' money your government is spending right there. So you mean to tell me, with all of the money that we're spending on all sorts of needless things in this country, that they can't use some of the money that's in this big ass book right here to spend going through those emails and do it by the original deadline that was set by the Department of Justice and bring in some extra people? You telling me they can't do that? Because I don't think so. Now, you know, somebody wants to ask Hillary Clinton if she deleted all those emails on her server, and her response was absolutely amazing.
So, Church, did you wipe the server?
What, like with a cloth or something?
I don't know.
Well, no.
Behaving like this, and the only reason she's been dragged so far left, believe me, is she doesn't want to go to jail over the emails, okay? Believe me, that's the only reason. One simple reason. Because you know what, folks? I used to say, leave it up to the lawyers. I have watched so many lawyers on so many different networks. I have read so much about the emails. Folks, honestly, she's guilty as hell.
And here even Loretta Lynch admits this.
People have questions about that, about my role in that. Certainly my meeting with him raises questions and concerns, and so, believe me, I completely get that question.
All of you that think that this was just a misunderstanding and she should be given a free pass, just like Hillary Clinton should be given a free pass. We could sit here all day post all these different quotes of what these people have said. That's absolutely absurd. And let's not forget, without a doubt, this woman is one of Obama's cronies. She is one of the main players up there in Washington pushing the liberal agenda. Just see the words come out of her mouth for yourself right here.
We are here to announce a significant law enforcement action regarding North Carolina's Public Facilities Privacy and Security Act, also known as House Bill 2. Now, the North Carolina General Assembly passed House Bill 2 in special session on March 23rd of this year. The bill sought to strike down an anti-discrimination provision in a recently passed Charlotte, North Carolina ordinance, as well as to require transgender people in public agencies to use the bathrooms consistent with their sex as noted at birth, rather than the bathrooms that fit their gender identity. The bill was signed into law that same day. And in so doing, the legislature and the governor placed North Carolina in direct opposition to federal laws prohibiting discrimination on the basis of sex and gender identity. More to the point, they created state-sponsored discrimination.
Well, guess what, America? Just by viewing that last clip that I just showed you, you just experienced brainwashing. That's right, you just experiencing a very complex form of brainwashing. One of our patriots who still sits in prison for reporting stories just like this all the time, Pete Santilli, discussed this on his show all the time. Did you notice the phrases that Loretta Lynch used there? When she used terms like direct opposition to the federal government, state-sponsored discrimination. These are the same type of terms that they use when they're describing ISIS and terrorism. And what they're doing here to further push their liberal agenda is called anchoring. See, they go and they talk to you about ISIS and terrorists non-stop with these false flags. And they have a particular type of terminology that they use when they talk about these incidents. Then they turn around when it comes to issues, when they want to push their liberal agenda, they use the same type of terminologies and they anchor their liberal agendas to terrorism. They subliminally get you to think about terrorism when they're talking about pushing liberalism. And they're equating opposing liberalism to terrorism. This is what your mainstream media and your politicians are doing. And it's time to ask yourself, who's in control of your mind?